Hello, this is Kinninigan from RagingReptilian.com. This is another video taking place in the Marvel Universe. For many people that are aware, I've made quite a few videos on the Marvel Universe. This one, the last movie I just watched, I'm up to Endgame now. Captain Marvel and Reptilian Shapeshifters. Does it get any better than this? I didn't have very high hopes about this movie because I heard a lot of negative things about Brie Larson and all that, but as soon as I started watching the movie and it was exposed that there are lizards in here that have the ability to shapeshift into any form they wanted, the movie got very interesting. And no, I'm not talking about Brie Larson because I actually have a Reptilian shapeshift video on my channel of Brie Larson. This was salvaged from my original Kinninigan channel, and it's in full HD. Like I said, when I do Reptilian shapeshifter videos, let me just turn the music down there. We're not really going to watch this. I'll put the link in the description if you're curious, though. But this I had on my channel, before any of the Marvel movies were being, well, she was cast in any of the Marvel movies. So, I've gotten through all 22 movies. I am up to Endgame now, and I did this in the span of about 3 or 4 weeks. All 22 movies. I've noticed so much symbolism in these movies, and I made a few videos on there. If you're curious, I'll put this playlist in the description. This is all the videos I've done on mystosynchronism, that's hidden occult symbolism in movies and TV shows. Why I'm really excited about this. The idea of shapeshifters is not something new to movies and television shows. For example, we had the faceless men in Game of Thrones that can shapeshift, including Arya Stark. In the Disney universe, we had a remake of John Carter with the Therns. They had the ability to shapeshift, and at the end of John Carter, they said that they do this because they feed off the negative energy of destroying civilizations. I made a video about John Carter on my previous channel, but it was taken down for copyright infringement because I doxed a lot of the video in there. So yes, I will be giving you spoilers in this video. So if you have not seen Captain Marvel, you might not want to watch this full video because I'm not only just going to expose the, well, I don't have to expose the Reptilian shapeshifters. They've gone full lizard in this movie. But I want to explain to you some of the Reptilian propaganda going on in this movie because there's a strange plot twist in here. Pretty interesting, right? So, let me just, because I had some of the pics blown up. This is the race in the movie here. They are known as the Skrulls. They're shapeshifting. It's a little different than what Alpha Draconian Reptilian shapeshifters would do. They don't use blood in this movie to, or blood magic. They have the ability to shapeshift just by looking at something, and then they can assume that form. And like I said, when I saw this in the movie, I just lost it because, and they didn't hide the fact that they are reptilian. In fact, I got a few links pulled up here. Now, please remember that anytime I'm decoding these movies, this is from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know the universe with the comic books. However, so I'm not sure if the Skrulls are actually in the comic books. They could be. I should be able to get away with copyright for this. This is Nick Fury talking to the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. here. They have a dead Skrull that came on Earth, and they were doing an autopsy on it. And just listen when Nick Fury calls these things.
And the woman said that there were more?
The word she used was infiltration.
You believe her?
Not till I saw this.
What's your plan?
Find Blockbuster Girl. I got word on a motorcycle thief that fits her description. If she can tell us why these lizards are here, maybe she can tell us how to kick them to the curb.
There you heard it from Nick Fury yourself. Lizards on the scene. Now, they never actually call them reptilian in the movie, but they call them lizards. They are essentially, yes, they are reptilian. Kind of a, not exactly what you expect, but still, pretty amazing. Now here's where things get interesting while I'm giving the spoilers. We are told in the beginning of the movie that these reptilian shapeshifters are evil. They assume human form, infiltrate planets, and destroy the planets from within. So essentially in the beginning of the movie, and what the Alpha Draconian reptilians really are, is that they infiltrate society and destroy planets from within. Very interesting, because that's the same story we get from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, with reptilian shapeshifters infiltrating Atlantis. And it's the same thing that the Alpha Draconian reptilians are doing here on Earth. But, plot twist. Then we learn, towards the end of the movie, no, these are actually the good guys. And they're not the destroyers of civilization that we are made to think they are in the beginning of the movie. So if you've seen Captain Marvel, you know what I'm talking about, because there's some very important symbolism here. Brie Larson plays she's Captain Marvel more or less. She assumes that name by the end, and she's raised on another planet after getting her superpowers for 6 years. And the planet, the civilization is called the Kree. They're run over by an artificial intelligence, and the Kree are out to destroy the Skrulls because we're told that they're evil, they infiltrate society, they destroy civilizations, and what have you. What's very important about the Kree Empire is the Illuminati are referred to as quote-unquote blue bloods. Now the Krees, they don't shapeshift, they're just hominoids on another planet where Brie Larson is taken to hone her superpowers or what have you. But they have blue blood, and that stood out to me. Because we're dealing with a movie that deals with reptilian shapeshifters, and the Illuminati are referred to as blue bloods. The reason why is because they have copper-based blood. We have iron-based blood as humans. So I have the Skrulls pulled up here. I want you to listen to some of their mythology. The Skrulls are a technologically advanced race of reptilian hominoids from the destroyed planet Skrullos. They are notable for their shape-shifting abilities, which allow them to replicate other life forms seamlessly and infiltrate planets without suspicion. That is Alpha Draconian 101, reptilian infiltration. And then we're told that they're spread all throughout the universe, infiltrating different planets and destroying them. But in the plot twist, they wind up actually being the good guys who are being hunted down by the Kree who want to destroy them. So by the end of the movie, they're the good guys now, right? Also, I'm going to touch on a little bit of the, I know there's been a lot of controversy with the Marvel. I found a few other interesting modern political liberal agendas in this movie, and this is probably why a lot of people got upset about the movie. I found something very interesting in the movie, first of all. Brie Larson does not have a love interest in this movie. However, if you've seen the movie, and when she comes back to Earth, her black co-pilot that was in the Air Force with her, who lived with her and helped raise her daughter, that was kind of hinting at a lesbian relationship between Brie Larson and that other character. Just some of the things I noticed in here with I expect the Marvel Universe after Endgame to start getting a little more liberal and SJW'd up. Like I said, I've already made a mention that Spider-Man Far From Home was on a Drudge Report, has their first admitted transgender actor in the movie. It's a female to male transgender. However, wouldn't be the first tranny in this movie. That's all I'm saying. Or the whole entire Marvel Universe. The female to males are the hardest ones to figure out, and pretty interesting. But the fact that they just flat out put reptilian shapeshifters in the movie, and like in the case of John Carter, we never the Therns look pretty humanoid, more or less, but it's very rare that we actually see ones being portrayed as being reptilian and having the ability to shapeshift. Interesting, right? I mean, you can't get any more right in your face than that, right? And like I said, and the fact that the Kree, the other civilization, has blue blood, that's kind of a reference to blue bloods. So by the end of the movie, we're taught that these Shapeshifters are the good aliens, the Skrulls, the ones that have the ability to assume human form and shapeshift. And it's quite interesting now, doesn't it? Secondly, I'm going to note on one thing on this. Anyone watching all the Marvel movies like me, all the way up until Endgame, you kind of wonder, first of all, in my opinion, Captain Marvel they just over-exaggerated her superpowers. I mean, come on. We have Thor, he could fly with his hammer and all that, but she could fly through the universe at light speed. She shoots photon blasts out of her hands. She is essentially the most powerful superhero in the universe, yet she only makes her appearance in the movie right before Endgame. It's like, is anyone else wondering, could they have called her before with Ultron or the other, when Loki invaded Earth with the aliens or Winners, you get the idea. So, yeah, I'm starting to notice some of that liberal agenda shining through in the movies. You got this ultra mega powerful superhero who just happens to be a woman, and she's kind of absent for most of the the MCU or whatever. I know that she does come back in Endgame, and that is the next movie I do. The reason I'm mentioning that is I've noticed quite a few symbolism in the movies, and I mean, this was obvious. How could I not make a video about reptilian shapeshifters in the Marvel universe, right? Especially when it's right in your face about it. So they give them this kind of, reptilian look here or whatever, and essentially we're taught by the end they're the good guys, although, what kind of reptilian propaganda is that, right? Pretty interesting. There's a few other things that I've noticed in Marvel movies. For example, Spider-Man Far From Home. You want to know some more sick symbolism Disney put right in your face? The first time Tony Stark meets Peter Parker, he's got a pizza t-shirt on. Yeah, go back and watch that. Spider-Man Homecoming. And that was in part of the MCU universe. I was going to make a video about that and Pizzagate symbolism right in the movie, but I said, well, why even bother? This I had to make a video about because it's a little more obvious now. Reptilian shapeshifters in the MCU. Wow. So, Captain Marvel wound up not being as bad as a movie as I thought it was originally going to be. I've already had an idea it was going to be SJW'd up, but the fact that they added reptilian shapeshifters into the movie kind of made it a little more enjoyable, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, they're putting it right in your face. First, in the beginning of the movie, they make them out to be the bad guys, infiltrating society, destroying planets from within, but then we find out by the end, no, they're the good guys, and the Kree are the bad guys, and what have you. So, up to Endgame. Endgame comes on DVD July 30th, and the Blu-ray release is going to be the second week in August. I'm going to watch Endgame, and then, like I said, I'm going to do a full entire lecture video on every superhero, every villain, and all the other occult symbolism in the movie. Now, I'm not going to go over like the Pizzagate stuff, and I've already made a mention of some of the pedo symbolism with James Gunn in Guardians of the Galaxy, and but this I couldn't pass up. This was a little too obvious, and like I said, I'll put this link in the description if you want to see this. I've done well, that got blocked. Age of Ultron Avengers Assembled. It's still on my playlist, but that might be blocked in your country. But Ultron, I should build my church upon a rock. Yeah, I did that because that was direct reference to AI taking over. That's what Jesus said. And Thanos is based on Thanatos, the Greek angel of death. Captain America and the Real Super Soldier program. And I also did one on Batman. He was the Mayan god Kamazats. So when I do that video for Marvel, it's going to be pretty long. I'm going to give you the origins and the occult background of all the superheroes, all the villains, and some of the symbolism going on with like the Tesseracts and the Infinity Stones and what's really going on. And some of the stuff with the multiverse, hence that ties more in with Doctor Strange and his abilities and all that, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Yes, I watched all 22 Marvel movies in the span of about 3 or 4 weeks. I did it. So, you know, I've been watching like every other night I watch a Marvel movie, and I've gotten through it, and so all the symbolism is fresh in my head. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave these links in the description. So like, yeah, this is the Skrulls right there. If there's any questions or comments, leave them below. If anyone is able to help me out with donations or through Patreon or through merchandise, all the links will be in the description. Until we speak again, this is Kinninigan, and take care.